Hello and welcome to episode 292 of the Health Oddity podcast. We are joined today by a very special guest all the way from Los Angeles, California, Mr. Axay Shah. And he is going to be talking about all things, I suppose, well, we're going to get into it, but I love his book, his new book coming out soon, In Nature We Trust. So, Oxay, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm fine. Thank you, Peter and James. Thank you very much for having me on your show. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. So do you want to tell us then, Oxay, a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your story? Because I think that when people listen to these podcasts, they want to know the information and what and the information and what you have to talk about, but also it's the personal story behind the information and kind of how you came to kind of your learning and your philosophy, which is really interesting as well. So, yeah, just tell us a bit about yourself if that's okay.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not a doctor. I am not nutritionist. I'm not trained in medical field. I'm a businessman. And health, I see it is so important for our life. If you have millions of dollars in your bank account, but if you don't have health, it's all zero.
Mm.
So I didn't had any issue, any medical issue when I started raw food, and I started at age 50. Um, just because I wanted to try, I was curious about raw food. I wanted to experiment, and only thing was missing at age 50 was energy, a good energy. It was got depleted. What energy I had in 30 and 40s, I didn't had in 50s. So I just wanted to try, and when once I tried, I loved it so much. It's so good. Immediately within 3 4 week, I got tremendous energy, and the side effect, no doctors.
So, in
So
case
yeah.
anyone missed what you said raw food. Yeah. So, this is what you went for raw food. So, how did you? Is this something that's quite big in LA? Is this something that's quite because this is something that probably not a lot of people over here in England, I mean, aware of. Yes, people have like maybe a raw food diet, but
Right.
how were you introduced to it? I mean, how did this even cross your radar?
So if you see in nature, human is the only species eating cooked food.
Mm.
No other species is eating cooked food. And
Mm.
human is the only species is horribly sick. There's so many disease and whole life, eating pills after pills after pills. And it is, they are not, I mean, all, including me. I was also eating like a pig before I
Mm.
started raw food. So I dived into it. I made more research why people are failing to keep their health in good condition. That was my first focus on for the health. And I once I started researching it, I saw that cooked food is the culprit. And why I'm saying that, because if you see, once we cook any food, that food become acidic. It depletes in the nutrients. It depletes all the enzymes. So now we are eating food which is kind of a dead food. It gives you calorie, but it's not giving you the right energy. And so earlier I used to eat a lot and still I was getting less energy. Now I'm eating less and I'm getting lots of good energy. So it is a win-win situation for body, win-win situation for your health, win-win situation even your bank account.
So I take it then that your diet that you live on must be um, predominantly or entirely kind of fruits, vegetables. I don't know if it's sort of like nuts, seeds,
Correct.
what would your day look like if you can take us through a kind of a typical
All of
day's
you,
eating for you?
yeah, all what you said is correct. Fruits, vegetable, nuts, and seeds. That's predominantly my not that's my diet. I don't suggest people to start like that. I would like to suggest, I'm crazy guy. I started everything in 100%. I wanted to do it that way. But most of the people, they don't have that discipline, that willpower. So start slow, start maybe 20%, then go to 30, 40, 50, and keep going, evolve yourself, see, what is the changes you are getting in your body, mind, your workmanship, your focus, your talent, everything is going to change. You notice, you keep it, keep the note of it, and then you keep changing it. I also evolved. I was not day one. I was not 100% raw food. I was eating some processed food unknowingly. And then after, going more and more, I refined those things, and I said, okay, I don't want those things. It's like granola bar or pasta sauce or anything, which is processed. I used to eat before, and when I started raw food, but then I eliminated it. So people, I think anybody wants to start slow, evolve yourself, make the life enjoyable. This is not the punishment. This is the reward. This is the freedom. This is something you make your own rule. I didn't follow nobody, and I made my own rule. A lot of time people say, hey, because I'm drinking a green tea, which
Mm.
is not raw, it is cooked. People say, what? I say, yeah, this is a drink. This is not the food. This
Mm.
is drink, and I'm going to make my rule. I'm not following anybody's. This is what I want to tell everybody. Make your own rule, make yourself most comfortable, and then evolve. This is not you are doing to reduce the weight or weight loss or anything. No, this is you are doing to make your health at optimum level, so you don't have to eat a lot of medicine, you don't have to go to doctor, and still you can enjoy your life to the fullest.
Mm. So, in terms of your health and your life, I think at the moment you're 66 years of age. You're on zero medications. You've got no medical conditions. But prior to this change that you went through, um, were you on lots of medications in the past? Did you have ailments and things, or what was it that made you decide? Right, I'm going to do this. There must have been a reason behind it, do you think?
Now, as I said, I had no medical condition even before.
Mm.
But it is like most of the people after 50, they start going down the hill. They start, having all the issues like diabetes, blood pressure, joint problem, and all other problem. Blood, it's like even heart attack, mental fog. They have less stamina now. They cannot work 8 hours. They work 4 hours and they get tired.
Mm.
All those stuff is in general I saw in the other people. I eliminated those things, including I eliminated all I didn't had any medication before, but even after even 16 years, I don't have today also. So those things is the plus point. I had, as I said, if anybody have any issue with the health and they are taking medication, they should contact their doctors and take the advice from doctor. But still, the health is in your hand. Doctor can give you advice, but doctor cannot tell you, it's like, okay, make your health better just by eating pills. Now you have to change your diet, you have to change your exercise, whatever you are doing physically, make change, and then that gives you the tremendous control over your health, body, and mind.
Mm.
It's
So,
funny. We had a doctor on a couple of weeks ago, and he said as a doctor in this, he was actually a doctor in LA as well. He was a surgeon. He lived in LA for years, and then he's back over here. But he said, and a lot of people talk about medicine being like, instead of being healthcare, it's actually sick care. And he kind of agreed with that. He said, "You come to us when you're not well, and it's already happened, and then we will give you something, or we'll have to do an operation or whatever." Because he was a surgeon, but he's like, you go to a doctor, and the doctor will give you something to make you, like, to help you. But ultimately, you've got to help yourself by not getting in that
Right.
position in the first place, which I think is exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And as you're right, Peter. And James, what he said, is like natural wins. My motto, my mantra is, if it is not made by Mother Nature, it is not going on my plate. It's that simple. And it is that now I'm going to be actually 67 next month. So it's to keep the health without medication and in a strong way, running marathons, going hiking, doing the work 8 hours, and on top of that, all other work I'm doing. So it gives me the tremendous power. And my doctor also says same thing. I'm visiting doctor. They check my physical, stuff, and they also check blood. They give the report, and my doctor says keep doing what you are doing. So that is something which is there. And in my book, this book, the foreword is written by MD doctor. So it says he understood what I'm saying is right, and this is the way everybody is supposed to live their life. Take the responsibility. The health is your own responsibility. It is not doctor responsibility. It is not your parents' responsibility. It is not anybody's responsibility. If you're working for corporation, that not that corporation's responsibility. This is your your health is your responsibility. Think about it first of all. First, once you think about it, you get that awareness. Now you are not eating like a pig. You are not eating like without any reason. You are eating with the intention. You are so mindful of it. Before I was not even mindful. I was eating like whatever I see, I used to eat. And that was the I didn't lost even weight wise I was same. Everything was same. Only thing is I lost some weight. I mean the belly fat, and so that the waist become smaller, and I become more. It's like flexible.
Mm.
I can move myself quickly. Today, looking at my skin and my body, people see that you look around 50. They don't see me as 66 or 67. So that is something benefit I'm getting it, and life is all about. See, everybody, you and me, Peter and James, we have 24-hour a day. That's everybody have it. Whether you are president of USA or who no matter what you are. So to use that 24-hour in a most optimum way is up to you. Now, if you're wasting time, and so your life is you are wasting it. So that is something I say it every moment I am enjoying it. Uh, that is giving me the joy, happiness. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Mm. And in terms of your marathon running, I believe you've just finished your eighth marathon, and you were just showing us the medal from the Los Angeles City Marathon, I think it was that you've just done. Yeah,
Yes,
there you
here is
go.
the method.
Lovely. Okay, that's a nice medal. The Los Angeles Marathon. So that was your eighth marathon. When did you start running? So you've been doing this sort of raw food lifestyle, or starting to move in that direction, and you've been doing it for 16 years now, I think you said. So, and you've ran eight marathons. Have all of those marathons come within the last 16 years? Since you started this new healthier way of living.
Right. Yeah, that was 2009 was the turning point for my life. I started a marathon. I started raw food. That gave me total different angle to my life. I didn't had that awareness before. So after eating raw food, what happens is once you have abundance of energy, you use that energy in every faculty. And especially your brain. Your brain is consuming 25% of your calorie intake. Whatever you are using it. Even if you don't do nothing, if you're sitting on the couch, still your brain is going to use 25% of energy. So once you have enough energy, now you are equipped with your immune system is so strong, so that cold and cough and fever and this and that is not going to bother you because your inner energy is going to take care of it. Secondly, now your brain have extra power to relieve you from any stress. Now you don't have to worry about any. Okay, timing is going to be good. I can do the work the way I'm right now doing it, and I'm not getting tired. And by the time at evening, at night, when I go to bed, I sleep like a baby. Within 5 minutes, I'm gone. 6, 7 hour, I'm taking nice, very good sleep. The morning I wake up and again new day and full of energy. So that is something which is very important. The energy, and energy you get only and only if you put the right fuel. So it's like this. If you have a car which use gasoline, and if you put diesel in there, the car is not going to function well. You have to send it for repair, cleaning work. So exactly like that, this body is not designed to take process, ultra process, and cook food. That's the bottom line.
It's funny because you were saying earlier that you used to eat anything, and that's described as a seafood diet, isn't it? I see food and I eat it.
Yeah,
Which is
whatever you see, you eat. Yeah, that's
exactly,
it.
which is exactly what I used to be like. It was interesting though because you said you go to see the doctor and you've had your blood work done and everything. So, were you getting your blood work done before you started eating raw food, and then you obviously still get it done now? What's changed within that? Has that got better? Is it the same?
Lot better. I actually reverse the condition. So this, as right now we are doing Zoom and you are seeing me, my skin. Now one thing is their skin is a direct reflection of your liver health. Okay, if your liver is not doing well, your skin going to show the wrinkle and all those issues. Now, at that time, in 2009, my liver enzyme, which is it was showing 40 ALT. It is known as ALT. That was 40. So as you age, it increases. So from 40, it's supposed to go to 50, right? From in 2009, it was 40. So 2015, it's supposed to be 50. But instead, I reverse it. Last year, my ALT was 21. I improved 52%. Means, it's like instead going 50, I went back to 21. And today's doctor says if you have 30, it's excellent. So I'm even more than excellent. So it is now my liver is so good. So my skin is radiating, my skin is glowing, my skin is more elasticity. Is not only the look wise. This is I'm just giving you example, but everywhere else, whether it's a cholesterol, whether it's a any other blood marker, it is all going good. My retinopathy, the eyes generally people as they age, their eyes get compromised, and that's very natural, right? But it didn't happen to me. They says I have zero complication. My leg, my feet, generally, so one time the doctor says you are now your A1C is 6.7, which is the pre-diabetic. So, and they wanted to give me the medication. And I said, doctor, give me 90 days. Let me do my work and I'll come back. You check my blood again and I will go from there. I went back, that 6.7 become 5.9, that A1C. That's the, diabetes, I controlled with my diet. Now, what went wrong at that time? So, with the raw food, I used to drink red wine. Red wine is good. This, that. So I was taking it, but then I realized this is the extra sugar I'm taking and has no use. Even the doctor says no, wine cannot increase your blood sugar. I said, well, that's good information, but let me try my way. And I eliminated that red wine, and I'm fine. Actually, from 5.9, just last February I did it, it was 5.8. I'm getting better. I'm not, and without any medication. I'm not taking
Mm.
any diabetic medication. What I'm trying to say, this is all good thing is happening without medication. Even I'm aging. So as you age, anybody, and I'm not doing this to live 125 years. That's not my goal is. I'm also going to die one day. I'm also going to fall sick. But instead, that misery of 3, 5, 7 years of, you live like, it's very horrible old age people I am seeing it. Instead that maybe I will suffer for maybe 3 weeks or 3 days or whatever, is minimizing that suffering and pain and all agony and enjoying the life till the last breath. That is what my goal is.
I think, yeah, that's a good. We've heard that a lot before, where people say, ideally, you want to live a long, happy life and just drop down dead. You don't want this. You don't.
I've told a
Yeah,
story about that before. One of the guys who I trained, his father-in-law did that. If he just sat, he went for a walk and sat down by a river, felt a bit tired, and fell asleep. Didn't wake up. And I was like, "That's how I want to go. That'd be
yeah.
great."
Yeah, but to have that kind of death, it is a wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But it is something, you have to work on that. It is you have to be so strong on your when on your good days, when you are 50s and 60s, you are paving your path for that then 70s and 80s.
Mm.
So if you are not paving your path, in 50s and 60s and 40s, even whenever you want to start, now you are taking everything for granted. Your food, you eat whatever you want. Your sleep, you don't care. Drink alcohol like no, there is no tomorrow. You don't want to exercise. You are so much in stress. You have so much debt, a financial situation, family situation, all other issue. The war and this and that. It gives you the negative effect. Now, if with all those negative balance, you cannot go at the end and show your balance sheet, hey, I'm positive. It's not going to work. You have to keep adding positive thing in your bank balance, then it's at the end, yeah, of course, now you have enough. Okay, it helps you to relieve and give you the yeah, wishful death, what we want. Yeah.
Yeah. So in your book that's coming out, In Nature We Trust, which I'm going to definitely read when it's out in, I think, in the next week or so, you said, from when we're recording. Um, for everybody listening at the moment, because I remember, I think it was about 20 years ago, a good friend of mine became like a raw food vegan for quite a long period of time, and I kind of started eating more that way. But they used to create like recipes and food that was kind of like a raw food vegan alternative to like something else. So say like, I don't know, like a cheesecake, they would create like a raw food vegan recipe to replicate that, but it was just maybe crushed nuts on the base, and I can't remember what made the actual thing on top, but it tasted quite nice. But it was a long process they had to go through. Do you eat things very basically and very simply? Do you try and eat, like you say, almost as nature provided? You eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, that kind of thing, like we said, water, green tea, or do you make these kind of quite elaborate recipes as well yourself?
So first of all, in my this book, there is a zero recipe. There is no recipe.
Okay.
Everything is just a principle. Why I am eating it, what one should eat, because everybody so let's say the things available in Los Angeles is different than what is available in London.
Mm.
So I don't want to impose, and I don't want to just say that, okay, eat this only or eat that only.
Mm.
No. Once you understand the fundamental of the health, that you are eating this for energy. Now, for energy, what is important? What are the factors you need to take it seriously? And so those things I have written in the book. There is zero recipe. I don't want. I also believe in alternate. So if people are not eating cheese now, so I say that there is a five poison in our body. We are taking it. That's the refined sugar, refined salt, dairy, processed oil, and grains. All these thing is a poison. I avoid this. I eliminated this. Now people can eliminate one by one. They don't have to eliminate at a time five. What I'm giving in this book is the path how you can make your own recipe. I don't have to tell you recipe. I make you such a. It's like I'm giving you the fishing rod. I'm not giving you fish. You
Mm.
apply your brain. You work little bit. I give you the idea, but ultimately you have to do it. It's not, I'm not going to convince you to do something this. You have to convince yourself. And once I give you the idea, if and you I tell people also, everybody, don't believe what I say. Make your own research. See, nowadays everything is Dr. Google is there, AI is there. You do your research. If once you become aware, once you do research, now that finding is your own finding. It's not my finding. It is not somebody said. It's not that what is written in this book. What is good, what is the truth, because that's what you found it. And that becomes so strong, and now that is going to affect your mindset, because everything is mindset. Once you believe that this is okay, running marathon is a mindset. For most of the people, they say, well, marathon, never. Writing a book, oh, writing a book, never. So that's the mindset. Once you set your, you think that, okay, I can do it, and you try to do it, maybe there is a failure. So what? If you don't try, you're never going to get anything. So that mindset gives you the real idea, not somebody's idea. It is not Peter's idea. It is not James' idea. It is not Akshay's idea. It is your own idea, what you want to do for your own life. You are taking control of your own life, and the truth which is you research it is not that is given by somebody else. That gives you the strongest power to go forward.
This is interesting, Pete. It's like the conversation we had last week where you said people can't really tell you what to do. If someone says do this, it's only in your own mind when you come to the decision yourself that then you implement it. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's
I
great.
was just thinking that your brain believes you and only you. It doesn't
Mm,
believe what anyone else is saying. People can
mm.
tell you things that are like you think are truthful, but in here you're processing that information, aren't you? And just saying, well, yeah. So the amount of conversations I've had with people, and you say something, or you try to encourage them to do something to be healthy and that, and they're just like, yeah. And here they're going, nope, no. And until that changes back here, then yeah, it's difficult. So that's why I like what you say about the book is it's the principles. So people read it and make their own mind up, and exactly how it should be, because it's not going to be for everybody. But if it is for people, then yeah, hopefully it helps them. So that's great.
Yeah. So do you find that I mean, in terms of training, in terms of your own, like your marathon running that you do and things, I'll say, yeah. So you have an abundance of energy from eating this way. Is running your thing? Is running what you do, or do you do other kinds of exercise and things as well, or running is your passion, in terms of expressing the energy of your body?
So I would like to do everything. I'm not running is the most common thing for me, but I go for backpacking. I went for last October I went for backpacking with my kids, 2 night and 3 days, 8,000 feet up, having 65 pound on my shoulder, and I was doing for the first time. I never did that before. So at 66, I tried, and my kid says, "Dad, you are wonderful." I
Mm.
mean, I had a doubt that how I'm going to survive and on with the raw food, and I never did that before. And 65 pound on the and going 8,000 feet up. It's not easy, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to go again, let's say, coming October to Lake Havasu with the doctor, and I'm going. It is hard. This is it is difficult. I say, okay, that's you have to challenge yourself. If you just if you don't try, never going to happen. So I do biking. I love swimming. I'm not doing right now, but if opportunity comes, I do swimming, running, biking, hiking, gardening, beekeeping. All those stuff is the exercise, and that exercise is a natural exercise. I'm not going to gym, but I'm not asking people not to go gym. Go gym if
Yeah.
you like, but
Do you
I'm not going gym. I'm getting even free membership, but gym is not for me. I have in my house also treadmill, but I love to run on the road.
Mm.
So that I don't know, that's my way of living. But that again, let's say if somebody says, what, I don't have time to go on the road, don't go on the road, run on the treadmill, whatever you like, So yeah, yesterday I went to somebody's house, and his backyard was so big. He said, if you make here this 15 round, you go for 1 mile. And I said every day. He was the senior, close to 80. And he said, I'm doing good. I'm just running in my backyard. I said, fantastic. Whatever likes you, whatever you think it is doable, do it. Make your body, in movement. Don't be just a couch potato. Otherwise, you are going to see the issue later on. If you don't use it, you are going to lose it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. So you mentioned beekeeping there. You just made me think, do you eat honey?
Yes, so I eat honey. Yeah, a lot of vegan people, they don't eat honey. I'm not doing this for honey. I'm big believer of nature. We take so much from the nature. I'm giving back to the nature, and that is that the bees are in really danger in California. So this is my way of telling thank you to Mother Nature that gives us so much. And I have also, I'm getting benefit. I have 30 fruit tree in my backyard, so I'm getting a lot of fruits because of that bees. And also, honey is a side product. I'm not doing this for honey. I'm spending a lot of money to keep even bees. I can buy from with that money honey for my life.
Oh
But
no, but I know. I wondered if you. No, I wasn't necessarily talking about honey from the bees you keep, but it made me think of honey because I know that certain people, like you say, who are maybe strict vegan or whatever, they don't have honey
right.
because it's an animal product. So I
So
just
that
wondered if
is
you had honey, if you had honey. It was just a general question, really. Yeah.
right. I know a lot of vegan people, they don't eat honey because old days when you extract the honey, you kill a lot of bees. That was the old style. Nowadays, when we extract the honey, we don't kill even single bee, not even single bee. And so is the way of extraction of the honey is totally different. And I know a lot of vegan people, I upset a lot of people, when I talk, they get upset on me. So, and that's okay, because this is the old school, yeah, the animal and this and that, compassion for the life. But we have to see what is today we are doing. So if I'm not killing a bee when I extract the honey, and on the contrary, I am giving life to so many bees. Every day, the queen is laying 2,000 eggs. So 2,000 new life is coming every day with one queen. So there's going to be some die, naturally also. But that's the life. Even Jane Goodall, she was, the vegetarian, a vegan, a raw vegan, and still she was also eating honey, and she was also beekeeper. The thing is you have to evolve. This is again a same thing. People say, "Oh, our ancestor, all they eat cooked food. So why we cannot eat cooked food?" Your ancestors were smarter. They wanted to survive. And because of that, they ate the cooked food. Once the cooked food was blessing to us, now it is a curse. And why I say that? Because between half a million back, we started using fire. As a human, we started using fire for cooking and stuff. From that point, we evolved much faster than any other animal. So between us and chimpanzee, 96% DNA is the same. Only 4% is different. But that 4% gave us so much advantage. Why our brain it evolved so faster because of the cooked food. Cooked food was blessing at that time because food was in scarcity. Whenever you get the food, you consume it, you don't know when is going to be your next meal. Now, today, every house have a refrigerator. You open the door and food is ready. There is no scarcity of food. Our ancestors were smarter. We are not. They ate cooked food to survive and to thrive and to evolve. But that now blessing it become curse. Now we have so much food available and parties and food and food and food, that's it. Diabetes, cancer, blood pressure, all those things is so much is in people's life. They didn't have that because they were eating and then they were working. They were running every day, maybe 10, 15, 20 miles just to search their food. We are now driving a car from bed to dining table to car, and car to work on table on a computer, come back, no physical activity. So that's what I'm saying. Is like that time it was good, it was okay. Don't do what people did it before. Have your rational mind think why I am doing it today. Because if somebody don't want to eat honey, okay, that's fine. I'm not in a, so whenever anybody try to argue and challenge me, I say, okay, you are right. You do you whatever you believe right, you do your thing. This is I believe right, and I am doing my thing. I am not imposing you should do it. I am just telling this is what I am doing, and I documented it, and I am saying that this is honey is the good product to eat, nature made. It reduces your inflammation. It is now the biggest problem of human body is inflammation. It's not on outside. The inside organs are inflamed. And then it is every cell is when it is inflamed, it is not working properly. So this is something if you think is good, you eat. If it's like let's say if I find out after 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, whenever the honey is not good, I will quit. I'm I don't have anything. I'm not married to honey that I have to eat honey. No. So I think people should also do that way. Just open your mind, do rational thinking, find the fact, not bogus thing, nothing from just the WhatsApp university or all other, internet university. Get the right, correct, information. And any information, even I tell people, when you read my book, and if you find something which is not right, tell me, challenge me, and I will correct it. I will say, okay, I'm sorry, that's my mistake. But at least I want to do that. I want to tell my way of thinking, my way of life with the proof. In this book, there is a 21 year of my blood work is printed in there with numbers. So now one can read and compare. Hey, what this guy is saying is, and I have not made any alteration. It is all as with my medical number, with the hospital, everything as is. So, okay, anybody wants to go and check, check. Because I know that I don't have medical degree. People are not going to agree with what I'm saying. So they want some kind of proof. So I'm giving the proof. Now it's up to them to accept it or challenge me or whatever they want to do.
No, this is great. How long have you been working on the book for, Oksay? Has it been a long time working on it, or?
So actually, when I finished 10 years of raw food, I have a friend, he's a writer. He said, Akshay, it's now time to write a book. I said, yeah, it is time, 10 years, but it's still, I don't think it's too many years. 10 years, maybe somebody say, okay, now you are going to fall sick after 15 years. So, maybe, yeah, and there's all possibility. This is experimentation on myself, right? So I was thinking that time, so 6 years, I made all the notes and everything ready. And just a year back, I had a webinar, and at webinar thing came out, and doctor was on the webinar and says, you know what, Akshay, give this proof and everything in public. Because people are going to just listen, but when they read, they understand, then compare, that will make the change. So my mission is I don't want to be, like, I'm not writing this book for name, fame, popularity, money, nothing. I'm 66, 67 now. This is my last inning of the life. As I'm doing for the nature by keeping honeybees, I am writing this book to giving back to the society. Before my visit overs on this earth, I want to give back whatever I can. And this is, I think, the best way to give my 2 cents to the world in general, and tell them, hey, this is maybe, think about it. This is maybe another alternate to the food, to the health, and it, to your life.
Mm. Wow, this is really interesting, honestly, to have. I know, like I say, I've known people have done this for a short amount of time and so on, but to speak to you and the amount of passion that you have for it, and obviously your own experience, which is really what you're sharing, and with the book. So if people, so it's rawfoodist.com, isn't it? Is your website? Yeah,
Yeah, this is the rawfoodist.com. And I know
rawfoodist.
this, yeah, spelling is little different. RAWFOODIEST. There is an extra E there on the foodie spelling, domain was not available, so I put E for education.
Ah,
Uh,
so
so
rawfoodist.com, and I think you're also on Instagram, aren't you, as rawfoodist as well?
correct. Everywhere, even now, if anybody check my name on Google, Akshay Shah, it will come up. Even if they check on Google, life is energy, energy is life. Who coined this? They will, Google is giving me attributes to me that Akshay Shah is now. This is the old thing. Even Socrates said that. and everybody said that this is not my new thing, but now I'm making it more in my vocabulary, in my books, everywhere. Hey, life is energy, and once you understand the energy, anywhere, everywhere, is energy. And I compare energy with, let's say, money. Your the pound, whatever currency, anywhere the people have, that currency is the power. More currency you have, more powerful you are. In the society, in defense, in your stature, in anywhere you go. Hey, this is the wealthy guy. This is the guy with the lot of money. Same thing happens when you have a lot of energy in the body. When the people see that, hey, this guy has so much power, so much energy, now it attracts more people. And that gives you the more power to make your 2 cent to spread out to the world. That is something which is my goal, is like to attract like-minded people. So that's how Peter and James, we got connected. This is like, yeah.
I think it's funny because the money and energy analogy, the way I've thought about that in the past is money is just energy. It has to flow. Because if you get someone who hoards all the money, economies fall down because someone's sitting there on it all, and it needs to be used. It needs to go from one place to another. That's why, like people who invest and stuff like that, and it just keeps flowing around, and it has to move. And it's just energy. Once, like, it has to go from one place to another. And that's what we're doing right now on this podcast. That's what happens when you get in touch with us. That's what you talk about. Because if you get the person who just sits on the sofa all day, consumes energy, and then just stores it all up, they don't educate anyone, they don't tell anyone, they don't say anyone, nothing actually happens with it, does it? So I think that's a great analogy of, like, yeah, you've just got to keep it flowing and keep telling people about it, write books about it and all of that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and it is like this. Let's say if your city, where you are living, if your city have a lot of income, the city is going to keep the whole city clean.
Mhm.
The garbage is cleaned up. Now they have more money to clean the city, more library, more school, more park, more and any recreation activity. And now, because all it require money, if you have enough money, you can check, do everything. If you have money, you can keep your house clean, your garden clean. You go for vacation and these that. Same way, if you have enough energy, now your mental power is good, your creative power is good. Nobody is bothering you now, for, hey, give me money. This is, you are not, you with the stress that, okay, how I'm going to accomplish this because I don't have time. And so that is something which is, I see it, when you have enough energy, people can do anything, whatever. So writing book require a lot of energy. Writing book is not easy. It's so difficult. And I understood later on when I started, I finished my manuscript and I wanted to publish it. And then oh wow, this is a totally different game. This is no, it's like nobody can do this. And a lot of people, they say, who is going to read your book? I said, okay, nobody wants to read. It's fine. If they want to read, it's fine. But I don't want to give up. I had that energy to dig into it. I made my own publishing company at 66. People now trying to retire at my age, and I started the new business and totally different than what I didn't have any expertise in publishing. But now I understood so much. I can help even somebody else to write a book, and I can help them to publish. That is what the energy can give it to you. When you have enough energy, you can use it in your whatever sports, music. Let's say if you have energy, you can now play guitar, you play drum, you go to concert. uh, you have, because you have that energy. But once you lack of energy, now even somebody give you free ticket to concert, your mind is not, yeah, no, no, I'm not going to fit there because I don't have energy. That is what happens. Yeah, you are right. Money comparing with the energy is the right analogy. More you have, more powerful you are going to be.
Excellent. That's great, Axay. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your wisdom and your, your knowledge and the new book that's coming out, In Nature We Trust. So where if people want to get this book, I mean, will it just be available? Will you just be able to go onto Amazon and get it, or do they have to go onto your website, or how will people
through
get the
through
book?
my webs through my website you can get all the information, and even in naturewetrust.net, that I made that website only for this book. So yeah, it is through my rawfoodies.com, in naturewetrust.net, and also I made the publication website, that naturetrustpress.com. So, but this is, if this thing also patented, this slogan, in nature we trust, is patented now. Nobody can even use it. I have that right, U.S. patent right, and trademark. So this is, anybody can research, and I know it is just another week, 10 days away to available. Maybe people can pre-order from through my website, so they get first. When it get published, within 10-15 days, it is going to be out. As I said, it is Monday is the time to upload everything, and yeah, it's going to available.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much, Oksay. So what time is it in the morning in LA? Is it like
8:50
8:50
in the
a.m.?
morning. We start at 8 o'clock, so 8:50.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a real pleasure meeting you and
Thank you.
getting to know you. And hopefully, I'm sure we'll speak again and stay in touch. Yeah.
Thank you, Peter
Brilliant.
and James. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Please do like, share, subscribe, leave a review if you're watching or listening on a platform that allows you to do so, especially on Apple Podcasts. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Check out rawfoodieist.com or rawfoodieist on Instagram, and the book In Nature We Trust. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much, Oksay.
Thank you, Peter and James. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Lance.
Cheers.
And we will see you next week. Bye bye.